He puts his Ray-Bans on and shifts into second. And then third. What do you feel like you're in the Breakfast Club? Well, you're in the wrong club because you're in the Turtle Club. You know, you gotta crack yourself open a fresh can of seltzer water once in a while. It's my last one, so I'm gonna go get some more. Hello. It's Turtle here, and it is Tuesday, July 19th, 2022. And today I want to say this one little epigram, I guess you can say. Does that qualify as an epigram? I don't know. We'll see. But it is that everybody is a salesman, salesperson, saleswoman. Everybody is a salesperson when it comes to just about every business and any business. Here's why. Have you ever watched or not watched a movie? Have you ever watched or not watched a TV show? This is an example on how everybody is a salesperson. Because, okay, it can even be the people that, let's say it's a Star Wars movie, right? Or a Harry Potter movie. Nothing against the content of the movie or the movie themselves, but let's say you go to a movie theater and you see a bunch of people dressed up in costumes, and maybe you're with a date or something and you're like, yeah, no thanks, I think we'll go see a different movie, because you see a line out the door pretty much and everybody in costumes. It looks like Comic-Con, and you're just like, yeah, I don't know. Okay, there's one thing. Now, if you want to take a step backwards just a little bit, the stereotype of ticket prices of a certain movie theater could also determine whether or not people are going to see a movie or not, because it's kind of ingrained in people's minds, especially over the last 20 years. It's like 15 years, 10 years especially. Like, you could pretty much have an equivalent theater experience at home. You can stream, watch DVDs, stuff of that nature. So the movie needs to touch up on a few things to get people out of the house and spend money, so to speak. One, obviously, needs to be exciting. Two, it has to be like, it has to have some exclusivity, or like it has to have an appeal where, like, hey, this is your only chance to watch it until ... It used to be a format where, right, it would go to movie, then like months to like a year later it would be like on VHS or DVD, and you can go rent it or buy it. Nowadays, with like streaming networks and everything, some go right to streaming network, some go actually from streaming network to theater, some have gone theater to streaming network to back in theater again. It all goes different ways, right? So if you want to get people at the theater, you have to have it basically exclusive to the theater. Otherwise, people are going to have the option to just stay at home and watch it. And yeah, you might get some, but if you really want to get like everybody there, you know what I mean? Like, think about if, especially if it was like 10, 20 years ago, I don't know if it would work now as much because of the titles, but it definitely would have worked in earlier 2000, late 90s. But let's say they came out with another Jurassic Park movie or a Terminator movie. Again, before they came out with all the other sequels. Or you can see too, like, it draws a huge following. You know who failed recently? I gotta say, speaking of which, I think in my mind, maybe they failed, maybe they didn't, I don't know. But it's up to speculation. I have not seen the new Top Gun movie, but I have a feeling that the movie didn't do real well, and here's why. Is because of the way it was marketed. When I first discovered the new Top Gun movie, I think it's called Maverick, came out, I was watching maybe a YouTube or something, and it was like an Applebee's commercial came on, right? And it was like, come eat at Applebee's and get like free or discount tickets to see Top Gun. And as I'm wearing Ray-Bans right now, I was just reminded of the fact that the original movie that came out like 30 years ago almost, or something like that. Maybe, I don't know, probably at least 30 years ago, huh? Maybe even more, actually. Yeah, like 35 years ago, I think. Anyways, whoa. Whew. Anyways, yeah, like, as far as I know, it wasn't like pitched. It wasn't like obviously pitched, like go buy Ray-Ban sunglasses. But I am sure sales went up directly because of that movie. Not to mention other things like recruitment for the Army and stuff like that. Now, when I see Applebee's basically giving away tickets to go eat there, I mean, it almost makes Applebee's worth eating at, right? But it doesn't make the sequel worth watching. And it's like, is this like Tom Cruise's last movie or what? I don't know. Like, it's insane. Like, he's still kind of on top of his game, or maybe he wasn't all these years later. But I was just giving you an example of actually not really good marketing too. The way, like, they probably redid the movie for all the wrong reasons is why I'm saying. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they don't know who their audience is, if that's the case. Like, if they were smart, they could have started with the marketing and found a subliminal way to get people to buy stuff like they used to. I don't know. Anyways, I'm done picking on that. So I just kind of want to tie that off by saying, remember when you were younger and your parents did allow or didn't allow you to watch certain shows or movies because of maybe there is a lot of cuss words, maybe there's nudity in it, or some adult situations, right? Now do you see how everybody is a salesperson? Because it could be it could be the crowd, it could be a t-shirt, it could be an overflowing trash can, it could be, like I said, it could be a particular actor, actress, director. Remember what happened to Harvey Weinstein? I mean, anything that he touched, not just people, but any media that he's touched is like basically blacklisted, banned on some level, or the media has been trying to please the cancel culture movement with all that stuff. I mean, everyone from Bill Cosby to Kevin Spacey, even like some other comedians too. Like, they're basically like, a lot of their movies and shows have been pulled down because of something that they did off camera or whatever. So it just goes to show. And why did they do that? Why if a certain celebrity acts out of line and the company that sponsors them or gives them money like pulls out of their sponsorship, why do they do that? Do you see what? Do you connect the dots now? Because this all has to do with their imaging, their placement, their positioning as a business, and that's when like a celebrity or even like somebody that's into sports, that's like a professional athlete, if they were to do something out of line too, like their sponsorship gets pulled or whatever, and it all affects the sale, and it's just more proof of what I'm trying to tell you, that everybody is basically a salesperson. And that's all I have to say today. Thank you very much for listening. Have a nice day.